Oh hey, what's up, fam? You might not already know this about me, but I'm a straight up doo-doo dum-dum with pudding for brains.
Bruh.
The episode that you're about to watch contains mistakes. Lots of them. So when you hear this sound, you know it means that I just fed up. Now enjoy your regularly scheduled bottom of the barrel. All right, Jeff, are you ready to do today's movie Monster Dog starring Alice Cooper?
Alice Cooper. Wait, Monster what?
Monster Dog. It's about a werewolf.
I thought we were watching Monster Dong. Boy, did I watch the wrong movie.
You probably watched a better movie than Monster Dog, but in
Oh,
order
it
to
was
do
great.
Yeah. In order to do today's episode, though, I need you to go back, watch Monster Dog real quick, and I'll watch Monster Dong, and then we can get back to it.
All right, we'll compare notes. All right, on it.
Okay.
2 hours later.
Welcome back to Bottom of the Barrel.
Hi, I'm Jeff.
And I'm Ben, and we're scraping the bottom of the barrel to come up with the best worst movies that we can think of.
Because, like us, you may take great pleasure in that for whatever reason.
For whatever reason, indeed. And today we're talking about a movie called Monster Dog. It's from the late 1980s. I didn't write down the year. Sucks to be me, I guess.
84.
84, and it stars it doesn't star Claudio Fragazzo. It's directed by Claudio Fragazzo, and it's written by Claudio Fragazzo and his wife slash business partner, Rosella Duty, her name is, and Duty is a funny last name. But this movie stars one Vincent Fournier, aka Alice Cooper. All right. Now, the interesting thing once you get into this movie is you're going to expect, hey, this movie stars Alice Cooper. I'm going to be hearing Alice Cooper's voice, right? But no. What actually happens is in the 70s and 80s, Italian filmmakers used to only record video. They didn't record any audio at all. Any audio would be added in post-production. So that would allow them to have international casts. So they could have American stars alongside their Italian or Spanish or wherever in Europe that they were filming. They could have those casts and they could be speaking in their native languages. They didn't have to learn a new language or anything like that. Just doing their lines in their own language, and then they could dub them afterwards. And so they'd also do the same with the sound because a lot of sound gets edited in anyway because it doesn't sound good in line. So you're not going to hear Alice Cooper in this movie. You're going to hear a Canadian man from Winnipeg, I believe. He's from somewhere in Manitoba named Tom Russoff. And Russoff did he's not credited in a lot of these movies as doing the North American or English voice of these characters, but people believe that he's got thousands of credits, although uncredited. They think he's done thousands of movies. And his wife in real life, whose name escapes me at the moment, I'll add it in a word at the bottom, does the voice of Sarah in this movie, who is the love interest. And they did a lot of movies together. Yeah, it's an interesting
Now,
piece of Canadiana.
is he singing also, or are we actually hearing Alice do the singing?
You're actually hearing Alice sing. And these songs in this movie are such dog shit songs. They're absolutely terrible. But if you really wanted to hear them, they're on the album, like the EP, The Life and Crimes of Alice Cooper.
No.
So if you ever wanted to go out and find Identity Crisis and whatever the second one is called, I can't remember. I read it, it's in my notes, but we'll talk about it. It's about a guy in a mirror or some bullshit. It's
Yeah,
terrible.
I know I've heard Identity Crisis before.
Yeah.
That was hauntingly familiar.
It is, so this movie starts off with a video for Identity Crisis, where sometimes he's James Bond, sometimes he's Jack the Ripper, sometimes he's Billy the Kid, sometimes he's Sherlock Holmes. And Alice is wearing different costumes for each of these characters. His hair is very short. He looks strange.
Yeah.
Now, part of the reason why he looks so strange in this one is the fact that um, he was directly out of rehab for alcohol and drug addiction. Directly out of rehab. He was under the assumption, he was told that this movie was only going to be released in the Philippines. It wasn't going to be released anywhere else, but it did go everywhere. So burn on you, I guess.
We're
But
bringing it to you right now,
yeah,
worldwide.
this was his big test to see if he could work sober. So he didn't know if he'd be able to go back on tour, if he'd be able to act in things or anything like that, because he had only worked loaded before, right?
Mhm.
So this was his big test. He was kind of feeling squirrely about the whole thing too. So he looks a little bit worse for wear. But from what I understand, from what I've read, Claudio Fragazzo and Rosella, his partner, would spend their evenings with Alice in his trailer, watching Western movies and not making sure that he wasn't drinking, but being there for him as a support system. And I think that's really cool.
Yeah, that is very nice.
Yeah, they were trying to keep the guy on the straight and narrow, and
Yeah.
apparently it did its job because he's been sober ever since.
Yep, we can owe it all to Claudio Fragasso.
Yeah, I don't know about the whole finding Jesus thing and turning into a Republican, but whatever, right?
Yeah, that. Oh, well, hey, whatever.
Mm. Yeah,
Whatever gets you through the day, Alice.
yeah. So this character's name is Vincent Raven, and we know that because this terribly cut music video keeps flashing to the license plate on his Rolls Royce that he's got, and it's written in marker Vincent Raven. Now, I don't think that that's a street legal license plate, but who knows, right? You can't just write
Mhm.
a license plate on your car. But before this song is even over, his band are on the road. The whole premise of this movie is Vincent Raven is traveling back to his childhood home, to the mansion that he grew up in, which is a very large mansion. It's crazy, this thing, to film a new music video. And he's got his whole crew with him. He's got a crew of young Spanish people because this movie was filmed in Spain. The entire rest of the cast is Spanish with the exception of Alice Cooper. So he's got all these people in the back, and they're your typical European late 70s, early 80s people. Like one guy's got a neckerchief on
Yeah,
and, all that kind of stuff. His love interest, Sarah, is played by Victoria Vera, who I don't know if she's done very many movies that were released in North America, but she is well known for her nudes, apparently. So they're on the road. The way that they've got this van loaded, the stuff that they've got strapped to the top is loaded so haphazardly, this video equipment and musical equipment, that it is going to go flying. There's absolutely no way that stuff's staying up there. You saw that, right?
yeah, and they're on like this wooded, mountainous road.
Yeah.
That equipment is gone if they take one sharp turn.
Oh, they have a TV/VCR set up in the van. In
That's
this,
bougie for 1984.
absolutely, that's crazy. Most people didn't even have VCRs in their houses in
Yeah,
1984. This guy's got one in his van. Um, these European goofballs are partying it up in the back of the van. And another thing that I think was cool about this movie is that the partiers, these guys are probably supposed to be in their mid 20s, early 20s, and all of the partying that they do is like pop and chips partying. And I think that that was a nod to the sobriety of Alice Cooper,
hmm
that these characters were all kind of not getting loaded and all that kind of stuff. So I think
hmm
that's cool. Hmm.
Pop and chips and bologna sandwiches.
Pop and chips and bologna sandwiches, eh? The other thing that I forgot to mention at the beginning is that this is the team that brought us Troll 2, Claudio Fragazzo and Rosella Duty. They've done a lot of wild movies, and we'll probably end up covering some more of them as we go. Maybe even Troll 2. So, it's been 20 years since Vincent was home, and old Joss is the only one there. He's the butler/caretaker. He says that they used to rib Joss about being so old. They used to rib him about being old, and and how he shook when they told him to make them malts. I don't know if these guys were ad-libbing or what, but that sounds pretty nuts. Oh,
If it's Claudio Fragasso, he probably just wrote all that in there.
you'd think so, but did he go to each dubbing studio and make sure that they were following the lines to the letter?
Good point.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so I
good
mean,
question.
when he's got the people in Troll 2, it was live action, it wasn't dubbed or anything afterwards, and he was using all American actors, and he was there. With this one, I don't think he was in those dubbing studios telling them what to say. I think
Yeah,
that
they could be riffing.
I think there was some riffing. I think there was some definite riffing in this one and others. Joss has crafted a very nice "Welcome Home Vincent" sign. And he's a very old man, and this is hung from so high up that I don't know how he did that. And it's just another one of these things that seems to be written in marker.
Yeah.
The other thing that he's done is he's made them a platter of sandwiches. He's made these adults a platter of sandwiches, all cut diagonally, and he's cut the crusts off too. What a nice guy, right?
Yeah. And they are so excited about these bologna sandwiches.
They sure are. And he also put out some Fanta and those little boxes of cereal that you used to take on vacation with you in the 80s, that had a sampler. It's
Yeah.
got like Fruit Loops in one and Rice Krispies in another, that sort of thing. And this kitchen, if you take a look at the back shelves of this kitchen, there's just random stuff everywhere. It's very strange. But Joss hears a noise and he finds a door that's banging in the wind. He closes it and goes outside, and outside, directly outside the door, is a pack of dogs, all angry and growling at his ass. And I have a
And it's, oh
yeah.
no, go ahead, go ahead.
No, I was going to say that later on I have a story about these dogs, and it's not cool, and it's going to make people sad, but go ahead.
Um,
Hmm.
well, I just thought it was funny how normally, when you're trying to go for wolves, you put, German shepherds in your movie. There were German shepherds, but there was also like
Every
like
random ass dog.
several breeds of dog.
Yeah. And so Joss walks outside. All these dogs are growling at him. One already has blood on its mouth. Go back inside, stupid.
Yeah.
The door is right there. But now we meet the cops, and the cops are an interesting pair. There's one extremely large cop and one extremely small cop, and they're both very Spanish-looking guys. They're both like, right out of Spain, sort of thing. They're running a roadblock to stop Raven's van, and this is where we get the story exposition lore dump. So apparently, there's a pack of wild dogs, as we've just seen with Joss, and they're attacking people. And for some reason, the cops are stopping cars on it. I don't think that they're going to stop the dogs by stopping cars going through. The cars are not driving dogs, or the dogs are not driving cars. And certainly the cars are not driving dogs. I think you're safe in a car. Don't stop the cars. Let the cars go. But the bigger cop, who is the sheriff, cannot pronounce the name Raven, so he calls him Raven. So, oh, Vincent Raven. The other cop knows who he is, that he's the biggest rock star in the world, apparently, this Vincent Raven. The fat cop may have said a slur, too, but he may have just said fangled and not the F slur.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I,
I'm
I
not
think
sure.
I think it was I don't think it was deliberate.
There is a deliberate one later.
Yeah.
And my favorite line comes up. Do you remember the line of what Vincent Raven said, how he remembered the sheriff?
I used to
Yeah, I remember. I used to sit on your lap and piss all over your pants, right?
Everybody got a good laugh out of that. And now, apparently, these dogs have already killed 5 people, and that's not including Joss, because
Mhm.
Joss we've just seen happen. The sheriff tells them to go ahead and be careful. Vince knows what these dogs can do, after all. And like how? He's been gone I thought this was a recent problem. He's been gone for a long time. Either way, his girlfriend Victoria Vera asked him about his dad, but he doesn't want to talk about it. And then she asked him if he can remember the way to his house. I'm like, I'm pretty sure that you can remember the way to your house. I've been
Yeah,
gone from the house that I grew up in for more than 30 years, and I can remember how to get there.
same.
How are you going to find your way home? Oh, I think it's only been 20 years too. But he says that when she asks him if he can find his way home, he says, I can follow my nose.
What smell?
The bullshit. It's unmistakable.
Yeah.
What bullshit is waiting for him at home? Why are you going back if it's full of bullshit?
Well, he's going back to shoot a music video.
That is bullshit too. That song is bullshit.
Yeah.
So now the cops hear a noise and they go out looking in the woods. And this is the first time we see the monster dog puppet because they get attacked by the monster dog. The monster dog puppet looks terrible. And the reason why you only see it for a fleeting couple of seconds at a time in this movie is apparently it was so big and so complex, it had all these different moving parts, that the motherfucker kept breaking before they brought it on set.
Oh,
So the thing didn't work. It was broken. So they could only show it for a couple of seconds at a time every time you see it in this movie.
Yeah, it was
So
always very, very quick flashes of just the
yeah,
face or a bunch of fur.
it was supposed to do all sorts of things, like have a moving mouth and have like smoke coming out of it and all sorts of stuff, but that kept breaking. So it did not work. Vince hits a dog in the road due to the fog, and everyone is concerned about this dog. Even though there's a pack of evil dogs running around, how do they know that this one is a good dog? But either way, the dog is barely alive, even though this dog is moving around very, very. The dog, I guess you can't direct a dog because the barely alive, almost dead dog is going looking around like this. And then they decide to finish the dog off with a rock. Poor dog.
Yeah, well, it's just not easy to do, but he doesn't
Yeah.
deserve to suffer.
As they walk back to their camper, though, they're accosted by an old man, covered in blood and shredded clothing. And this is an old man that we're going to see come out periodically throughout the rest of the movie.
Wasn't he kind of shredded, his skin kind of shredded too?
It's hard to tell with these old Italian movies, the way that they did their effects, it's really hard to tell.
Yeah.
Maybe his skin was shredded a bit too, or maybe he was just old and grizzled. I have no idea either way. He kind of looks like Joss to me. So the first time I watched it, I thought this was Joss. That
I
Joss
was a
had
little
been,
confused as well.
yeah, I thought Joss had been attacked by the dogs, and now here he is.
Yeah.
But he yells at these kids or at Vince Raven, that
All of you are already dead.
by killing that dog. He warns them that when the moon shines again, the monster dog that rules all of the other dogs will kill them. He's going to kill them all dead. And then he walks into the bushes, possibly to Goon.
Oh my.
You know,
What else would you be doing?
that's what he does through most of this movie, I suspect.
Yeah.
He's like hiding in the bushes, feverishly gooning. So anyway, there are some big growls coming from the bushes that this guy went into for his goon sesh, and Vince and his girlfriend go to investigate. If an old man walks into some bushes and starts growling, I'm not going to follow him. No, because I know what he's doing in there.
Yeah.
He's feverishly pounding pud.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, yeah. So they go and they see the stupid looking puppet, and it looks so bad. I'm going to put a clip of it in here, but you're only going to see it for a second, so maybe you'll do a freeze frame on it so that you can see how bad this thing looks. They run back to the van and start driving again and pretending that nothing ever happened.
As one does.
Yeah. They finally arrive at the house and they start looking for Joss, who is missing, and they walk around yelling Joss for what feels like 10 minutes.
Joss! Hey, Joss! Joss?
It's not 10 minutes, of course. And the fire is perfectly tended, and all of the candles are still going, and they're still tall, so he can't have been gone for very long. But either way, the others find the snacky poos that were left out, finds this tray of sandwiches, and oh boy, are they ever excited, like Jeff mentioned. Vince Raven, though, is not hungry. He wants to find Joss. So he goes and grabs a shotgun that is completely coated in dust and spider webs. I would imagine that this thing's not going to work. I'm not a gun guy, but couldn't something like that jam? Like, wouldn't?
Yeah, you think you would check.
Yeah, it's crazy. But Vince is looking all around the house, and for the very first time in this sequence, we see the roof. And the roof is weird because it's all of the other it's almost like all of the other rooms on the roof open up into this one central area that is exposed to the light, like exposed to the sky, and there's like hay and pitchforks and stuff there. Are they keeping animals on the roof of this house? It seems weird, doesn't it?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, and there's cages up there, like for dogs, but they don't have dogs. I don't know. It's very strange. He comes down a set of stairs and he's still on the second floor. And then I ask myself, how big is this place if he's coming downstairs and he's still on the second floor? This place is like a mall.
I mean, I thought it looked almost like a castle
Yeah,
from like the exterior shot.
Castle Raven in the middle of
Hmm.
wherever in the United States that this is supposed to be. Oh man. So Angela in this movie is the character that can sense danger, the annoying character that is the portent of doom. And there seems to be one in every one of these Italian movies. There was one in
Hmm.
Burial Ground. I think they're always blonde too. But
Yeah.
either way, she's a young blonde woman, and she can sense the danger. We never really see Vince stop wandering around the house, but now Angela is dreaming. It's nighttime. She's having a good old dream. And it's the old man telling them that they're all dead, and her dead friends are laying next to her. Her dead friends are all over the place. And when he isn't telling her that they're going to die, he's trying to pull her clothes off because he's
Yep.
a gooner. He's a gooner, as we've already
Oh
established.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And keeps saying that the singer is the killer, too. He knows who Vince is. He could say the name. So she, seeking solace from this old man in her dream, she walks into the den where Vincent Raven has his back to her, and he's reading a book. And as she approaches, he turns around. And what does she see when he turns around?
A werewolf. A
A
very
flash,
scary dog monster.
a very quick flash of just a face covered in hair. No snout, no snout, no anything like that. Just
Yeah.
just a hairy face. It could have been the dog-faced boy from a circus sideshow for all we
Yeah.
know. Now she wakes up in a start, and everyone laughs at her except for Vince. Like,
Hmm.
this stupid kid having a stupid bad dream. What a baby.
Yeah.
Um, Alice Cooper, I noticed at this point in time, looks way older than everybody else.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's super way older. And they're all laughing and saying, Vince, can you imagine him a werewolf? Like this guy? This guy's a werewolf? Like, it's got to be a tougher guy than this guy. Hmm.
And meanwhile, the very man they're talking about has patches of facial hair, which you appear in most of the shots.
Yeah,
I think because they were kind of subtle. I think just with lighting, sometimes you didn't see them.
yeah,
But in pretty much all the close-up shots, you can see that his beard, he's just got like two circles of wolf-like facial hair on his
yeah.
upper cheekbone.
So this time, they set up another shot with somebody approaching him in the den where he's reading a book. This time it's Sarah, his girlfriend, and this time it's in the waking world. And this time, what does she see when he approaches?
Just him.
Just regular old him, but he's reading
Yeah.
a book, an ancient book about ancient werewolves. And what does she see in that book?
Yeah, this ancient tome that looks like it's hundreds of years old has a full headshot photograph of Lon Chaney Jr. as the Wolfman in it.
It's just taped in there. Why did they do that? They
I
wanted a
love that.
visual example of a modern day werewolf. We also get our first glimpses at a very cool painting in the study that's supposedly of Vincent Raven's father, his family. His father looking like a very old and haggard Alice Cooper, his mother, and the little son, little Vincent. And then half of it is in the dark that you can't really see because it's in the
Mm,
shadows.
yeah.
Yeah, I wonder what's in that part of
But
it.
what is hidden in those shadows?
And why doesn't the light get there? That's another question.
Mm.
But either way, Sarah gives a big long ass speech about how she's the world's foremost electronics expert with
Yep.
related to videos.
Mhm.
And he is the hottest rock star on the planet. So
Oh yeah.
how could they possibly believe in werewolves? And I'll tell you, there are a lot of celebrities out there that'll believe in a lot of dumb bullshit. So I can see a rock star believing in werewolves.
Yeah, John Travolta,
Yeah,
Tom Cruise.
absolutely. They probably believe in werewolves. Are there werewolves in Scientology?
Oh, there's got to be.
There's got to be. There's aliens named Xenu. So
Yeah, I mean, if if a werewolf has thetans,
yeah,
then there's werewolves in Scientology.
yeah, absolutely. We get a lore dump about Raven's father, who was killed by the townsfolk because they thought he was a werewolf, and maybe he was. Who knows? He had some sort of blood disease or something like that that turns him into a madman and the
But
full moon.
is he a werewolf or a were-dog?
Yeah, is he a werewolf or is he a monster dog? Because another thing that we learn is that werewolves in this movie can command dogs, and I don't think that they can in traditional werewolf lore. I mean, they're related. They're tangentially related. They're cousins, but
Sure.
either way, she's in full denial mode, and she claims what they saw in the woods was just a dog, and it's all good. And when they're done going on the video, they need to go on a vacation. When they're done doing the video, yeah, nice tropical vacation. Sounds nice. Sarah pauses to look at the really shitty painting of Vince's family, and now we see what's in the dark part. It's the monster dog, looking
Yeah.
particularly monstrous and stupid. And I believe it's the face that you see on the cover of this movie, the poster. So now we're doing a montage because what's better from looking at a picture, a scary painting of a monster dog with some scary music playing, to a bouncy montage of them getting
Yeah.
the location ready for the video. They're
Yes.
doing a bunch of dumb stuff. They're getting ready for the video. They're putting some Sarah Tusk-like makeup on Vincent Raven, which I thought
Oh
was
yeah,
interesting.
he gets all gothed out.
Yeah, he gets all gothed out. And somebody is spraying, I believe it's Angela, is spraying, or Mary Lou is spraying an unending spray of hairspray onto his hair. And Sarah's got a lit cigarette real close to that. So they were really close to him going up in flames. Another thing is that his hair is a lot longer in the rest of the movie than it is in the video at the beginning. So I wonder what the time frame was between Identity Crisis and the rest of the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this song is even worse than the last. I can't believe I didn't write down what it was called. Oh my God. Um,
You see me
yeah, something like You See Me or something like that. It sucks. Don't look
over
it
and
up.
over, and whatever he says it over and over and over again.
See me in the mirror or something like
Yeah.
that. It's dog shit. It's worse than the last song. It's a ballad. The song is See Me. Oh, it's called See Me in the Mirror. I just didn't
That's it.
capitalize
Yeah.
it. See Me in the Mirror. It's garbage. Don't look it up. Don't listen to the life and crimes of Alice Cooper. If you want to listen to his stuff, listen to his stuff from the earlier 70s, like
Yeah.
Under My Wheels and all that stuff. That stuff's good. But this song sucks. Angela is in the video, so she's the love interest in the video, and she keeps seeing a bloody silhouette in an upstairs window that doesn't you think is part of the video, but it's not.
Yeah, I thought it was there and everybody was just ignoring it.
Yeah, and she was ignoring it too. She keeps seeing it, but she's not saying anything. She's
Yeah.
not reacting like or anything. She's still
But
acting.
that bloody silhouette did that music video and the viewer a major favor
Yeah,
because it
by
brought the
ending it.
song to an end.
But if you're listening to it with headphones, turn that part down because
Oh yeah, I was.
oh my God, when that body comes down and she screams, my head exploded on the train.
That was so loud.
So loud. But guess whose body it is, everybody? It's Joss. The dogs apparently killed this guy, dragged him upstairs, propped him up against a window, and nobody noticed until they had a light shining from behind him in the room. They didn't notice this body was propped up against the window. That's what we're led to believe.
With blood. With blood
Blood.
clearly visible on the window.
Yeah, blood everywhere. Those are some really talented dogs, let me tell you. Everyone runs upstairs to investigate. Uh, the old man that they hit in the road, though, appears because everybody runs up to investigate, but Angela. She stays back. And then the old man that they kind of encountered in the road, the gooner, appears and starts giving Angela a real stink face. Like he doesn't say a word, he just comes up and goes at her, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know why, but we can only assume that he didn't hurt her because then she's walking around outside.
Yeah, she's fine.
Yeah, everybody's looking for Angela. This stink face man just, I guess, walked in and then disappeared. But the others look for her in the house, and when they can't find her, all the boys grab the rest of the dusty ass guns.
Yep.
Nobody knows if these guns work or not yet. Vince goes outside to look for her, and Sarah goes to call the police. Now we're introduced to a new group of folks.
The werewolf militia.
A werewolf militia. The town roughhouses.
Yeah.
The town rough guys. And one of them, the way we're introduced to them is one Tommy Chong looking ass guy
Yep.
is up on a post and he cuts the phone line just as they're about to call the police about
And he does it so fast that if you blink, you'll miss it.
Yeah. This guy's wild looking too. He's wearing little tiny round Tommy Chong sunglasses.
Mhm.
He's got a huge curly afro with a long afro ponytail in the back.
Yes, the one thing I put in my notes about him
Mhm.
is he's the only person I've ever seen to be wearing a raccoon skin hat that was actually his hair.
He's also wearing like Chewbacca bandoliers of ammunition across his chest, and he's wearing full combat fatigues.
Yeah.
And the rest of the rest of his posse of werewolf hunters, I guess, are just old guys. So you've got this one weird guy and then these other old guys. The rest of them are dirty looking, and one particularly old looking cowboy says,
This here's the bullet that will pierce Vince Roberts' heart.
This is the point in the movie where he stops being called Vince Raven and starts being called Vince Roberts.
I assumed that Raven was his stage name.
It could have been, but then why did the cops recognize him as Raven and Robin?
That's I don't know. I don't know. We'll have to ask Claudio Fragasso.
Yeah, exactly. He's still around, so we could.
Yep.
Yeah, he won't talk to us though. He loves
Oh
us
no.
so much. No, and we'd have to learn Italian. Maybe you could
Yeah.
talk to him. Yeah.
I know a few phrases, but most of them are obscene.
Yeah,
That's what I learned from my grandparents.
the Mafangul.
Bafangulo, Statazit.
So Vince tells everyone to stay inside and let no one in, but everyone piles outside anyway. They call him Roberts again. The angry mob shows up in a dirty station wagon, really old looking, gross station wagon. They're sketchy and menacing. They say they knew Vince's daddy real well, and they
Mhm.
want to welcome him home. So can we come in to welcome him home? So they say, sure, why not? What's the worst that could happen?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah, why not? Hey, they say they're his friend, you know. Tommy Chong hangs back and shoots the tires out of the van immediately.
Yeah.
And that's when the guys make their move. They attack. We get a werewolf lore dump from the old mob guy, from the oldest guy, the guy who I think is their boss. And it's the dumbest stuff that you've ever heard, and I wonder if it's improv.
It's him who commands them, controls them. Those are the powers of werewolves.
I hope so.
Yeah. It was some real dumb shit. He calls Sarah the werewolf sweetheart,
Well, I guess you must be the werewolf sweetheart.
and the others start laughing like this guy was Conan O'Brien or something. Like this was the monologue, the monorail episode from The Simpsons. Like that was so funny. Oh man. Meanwhile, Vince finds Angela. There's absolutely nothing wrong with her, and they run back to the house.
Yeah, there was there was only one point to that whole sequence, which you'll get to in a minute.
Yeah. Tommy Chong is now magically back outside the house because he was inside the house laughing his ass off at the werewolf sweetheart bit. The hair on this guy is glorious, like we mentioned, the raccoon skin cap on his head. That's his actual hair. These hillbillies set a trap for Vince by saying, okay, the second the door opens, we're going to open the door. And when the door opens, I want you to shoot. So they spring their trap and they accidentally kill Angela. And you knew they were going to. They shoot her because he's gone off to do something else.
Yeah.
That's when the gunfight starts because these Italian movies always have a gunfight in them towards the end. Gotta. Tommy Chong is tasked with murdering the video crew, and he starts by telling the two men that they look like, and I quote, a couple of queers to him, and queers make his stomach turn.
That's right. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
He is a bigot, but don't worry, he'll get his just desserts in the end.
Mhm.
Vince leads the other guys up into the roof / attic, and the attic is full of weird clowns and weird dolls and stuff, and I wonder why. It was just
probably, I don't know. You assume like a house like that is probably used on the set for like numerous horror movies that were shot in Spain.
Yeah,
There's probably just shit laying around there.
weird. Back to Chong, who calls the men a couple more slurs. And then he screams when Sarah grabs the fireplace poker. I thought she hit him with it, but that came a minute later when she actually pins his ground to the foot with it. So he just screamed for no reason in the beginning.
What did she pin?
She pinned his foot, didn't she?
She pinned his ground to the foot?
But that came a minute later when she actually pins his ground to the foot with it. Oh, I did it again. Oh my God. Flip that, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, you're not safe from that analog horror.
Analog. Rest in peace, King.
Yeah.
I've started saying that in all of my videos now.
I know, I like it. I'm glad it's catching on.
Yeah. Now, at home, instead of rest in peace, King. No, don't. I'm not going to say that because a guy will be at his grandpa's funeral and say rest in peace, King, and everybody will get mad at him.
Oh, wow.
But okay, now the dogs get in on the action. So you see this beautiful shot of the outside of the house, and now all the dogs, and it's every random dog that they were able to find in town
Yeah.
runs in here. The dogs look fine.
Cockapoos, poodles.
Yeah. Now, here's the bad thing about the dogs. The
Oh
sad
no.
story that I was going to say. It's not that they were dead or anything like that. The way that they got these dogs to attack the people so viciously is that they starved them for a week. And that's not cool. They starved the dogs for a week and then they put raw meat into the pockets of the people that they were supposed to be attacking. And you can kind of see them going after the pockets in the movies where in the scenes where the guys are attacked. And that's animal mistreatment. We hear a lot about it in these movies from the 70s and 80s, in particular the European ones. But it's not cool, man.
No, it is not. I'm thoroughly disgusted by that. I almost don't want to laugh about anything that happens in this movie now that I know that.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but it's fine.
Well, hey, if anything, we can turn it into a PSA for animal abuse.
Yeah, don't starve your dogs, folks. It's
because
not
I will
cool.
kick the shit out of you if you starve your dog.
You should see the muscles that this guy had on him in this photo from Starbucks in the old days. I'm going to put it up
From
there.
23 years ago.
Holy macaroni. Jesus Christ. Like tree trunks. Oh my God.
Yeah.
All right.
Those days are long past, but thank you.
Vince looks one guy right in the face in the roof and shoots him in the head.
Yeah.
Savage. And it's a glory. And so he shoots that guy. Then he turns around and shoots a second guy in the head. And it is glorious. Okay. You see the camera flash away for a second. I have to describe it because I can't put it on here. Flashes back to a paper mache head that is obviously a fake head, and the top of it just explodes.
Oh, I love it.
Very funny. Oh, it's the best part of this whole movie, I think. It's masterfully done. The dogs are viciously attacking one of the boys, one of the video crew guys, and and then they go after Chong too. Chong grabs an oil lantern, and instead of setting the dogs on fire, he sets himself on fire. So he gets his just desserts in the end.
Genius.
Mm-hmm. All of the dogs shut up for a minute, and the monster dog walks in. He busts down the door. You see the massive head, I guess, just kind of come through the door, and that's it. And a bunch of mist. That's all you see.
Yeah.
Yeah. The guy who wasn't killed by the dogs, the other video crew kid, I think that's the neckerchief guy, tries to fight the monster, but he gets eaten, like immediately. Sarah and Mary Lou try to escape. Mary Lou is the one who doesn't really talk up to this point. It's the woman that's not Sarah or Angela. You don't really hear much from her up until this ending part of the movie. They try to escape, but Mary Lou's hair gets caught in a door, and a dog grabs her hair. Is that something that can happen? Can a dog grab your hair and you not just pull away from it?
Sure, why not?
I don't know. Either way, luckily Sarah has scissors. Because always be prepared, right?
Yeah.
She has scissors to free her, but when you look back at Mary Lou, her hair was not actually cut. All of her hair's still there. And that was probably a stipulation by the actress saying that there's no way you're going to cut my hair for this movie. Are you kidding me? Have you seen what we're doing here? All of a sudden, Mary Lou is British and she blames Vince for the attack and says he's the monster. She was not British up to this point. And this is after the monster dog again pops up right beside her because this thing, which was massively huge a minute ago coming through the door, is now small enough that it can fit through a small window.
Yep, she is 100% convinced that Vince is our monster dog.
Yep. And everyone goes to bed because that's what you do when you've got a house full of dogs and a monster dog and dead hillbillies everywhere. You go to bed. So everyone is in bed except for Vince. So I guess just not everyone. Sarah and Mary Lou, they were having a little nappy poo. Who figures out that he can command the legions of dogs that are still in the house just shitting and pissing everywhere. House probably stinks at this point. They try and get away in the mob of angry men's car, but they need the keys. So Vince and Sarah have to go back to get them, leaving Mary Lou in the car. Which naturally, because it happens in all of these movies. There's a bait and switch for like a second where one of the old guys is still alive, but he gets killed immediately.
Within a second.
Yeah. So it was just there was no reason for it. They do get the keys to the car, get back into the car, and as they're driving away, what happens?
Vince gets bitten.
Yeah, because the monster dog was in the back seat. He ate Mary Lou, and he bites Vince on the shoulder. And it's the most that you ever get to see of the monster dog.
Yeah, and it was
And
actually a pretty good jump scare too. I didn't
yeah,
see it coming so quickly.
yeah. It's the most you see of it. It's not the model that you see in the rest of the movie. This is kind of like a hand puppet version of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is too bad. And it looks different too. It doesn't look the same as what we've seen to this point. And then, the whole story comes together in the end. It was the old guy, the old gooner, with the shredded clothes, who was the monster dog, and now he's passed the curse back to Vince. The
Maybe
curse that
because he was a monster gooner, maybe he did have a monster dong.
he might have, or he might have used it so much that it kind of got to all red and raw and kind of,
Yeah.
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 All right. Yeah, so it could look monstrous. I get it. Yeah. Not monstrously huge, just
No,
monstrous.
just monstrous, just
Yeah.
disgusting.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so he was the monster dog, and now it's Vince. Apparently, Vince's dad passed the curse to this guy, and now he's passing it to Vince. He's doing the right
Yep.
thing, passing it
Yep.
on. Sarah watches Vince transform for a bit, and it's the stupidest transformation that I've
Oh
ever
my God, I
seen.
loved it. But I
It's
just loved that he was begging her to kill him before it was too late.
yeah, and she just stood there watching.
She waited until it was way too late.
We're talking it intercut between pictures of Alice Cooper holding his face and them adding hair to it and that sort of thing, and
Yeah.
then a rubber toy of a dog that they've put something inside and they're just stretching it out.
Yeah.
Back to Alice Cooper, and it looks really bad. And finally, she plugs him one.
But and I'm sure he was well past the point that regular old bullet wasn't going to stop the curse.
Yeah, he was probably coming back, but what are you going to do? She's going to be the werewolf's wife. Yeah,
And
so
hey, they live happily ever after.
they sure do. Now, this is a slightly faster episode than what we normally do, but this movie is kind of straightforward. I mean, it's not one of those ones that we have to do a lot of analysis into. It's just got a lot of dumb shit that's funny. So,
Yeah.
yeah. Jeff, what did you think of this movie overall?
Well, we got Alice Cooper, we got bad dubbing, we got cute dogs, despite that very horrible thing that happened to them. For the first time ever in the history of Bottom of the Barrel, because of that, I cannot, in good conscience, give a movie
Okay.
10 out of 10.
Yeah.
So Monster Dog gets 7.5 out of 10.
Okay. All right, that's fair enough. Yeah. I did a lot of research into this movie because I had done a previous 3-minute horror review on it. And I talked about some of the stuff in it. Some of it I didn't. But yeah, it had our friend Vincent Fernier, who I like to call the real name of Alice Cooper, and it had two absolutely abysmal Alice Cooper songs in it. We got to enjoy the vocal stylings of Tom Russoff, who, when you watch so many of these Italian movies and European movies, really from that time period, you really get to like a parasocial relationship with the characters that do these voices, because there's the Robert De Niro guy, there's Tom Russoff, there's his wife. You start to recognize the voices and wonder who they're going to play in the next movie.
Yeah.
Who's going to be the lead, you know? But so we got that. The dog stuff's not cool. The monster puppet stuff was very stupid. I enjoyed watching that guy get his head exploded, the paper mache head. Anytime they do one of those switches where they switch in a dummy or a paper mache really fast, that probably looked fine in the days of when you're watching it on a grainy VCR tape or grainy VHS tape, and did not survive the transition to digital media. I love it. And but like Jeff said, we can't give this movie a 10 out of 10 because of animal cruelty. Normally I'd give it even lower, but I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. All right. So that brings us to the end of our episode about Monster Dog, not Monster Dong. Monster Dong we'll do a little bit later.
Yeah. That'll be one of our when we get a Patreon, that'll be our members only video.
Yeah, we'll call it From the Bushes, the Goon Sesh, Monster Dong. All right, so folks, you can subscribe to our channels by clicking the subscribe button at the bottom of the video. You can subscribe to both of them at the same time. They come up on the same screen. Takes you 1 second. Doesn't cost you any money. You can subscribe to as many people as you want. There's absolutely no limit. So it behooves you. Behoove is the good one, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
benefits. Yeah.
It benefits you to do that because you can see all of the nonsense that we get up to on our channels, and we do lots of fun stuff.
Lots
So
of fun stuff.
lots of fun stuff. We even play the song Tailspin from Things
Yes.
on Piano. Oh, I'm going to cut that part out because I it up. Anyway, come back and join us for the next one. Bye.
Bye.